20th win in La Liga for Real Madrid, a 1-0 victory against Sevilla. How was that performance today?
Actually, it was quite good. We enjoyed it so much. We had to acknowledge that the first match was like the first time was a little bit boring. Like we didn't see like too many opportunities. I think the referee was not behaving good with Real Madrid at all. But anyway, like we never give up and we always score. So that's how we do it.
Definitely, that's how we do it. We never give up, and hasta el final, we have to. The very fact that Luka Modric scored a vintage goal, kind of the goal he scored against Manchester United in 2012, if you remember.
Yeah, I remember that goal, and when I saw, because we were just waiting for the goal of Vinicius, but when we saw like Luka Modric going out, we say he's gonna score for sure. And we only wait, and he did it. For me, he's one of the best players in Real Madrid, or Golden Ball, and for me, it would be always in this story.
Definitely, man, definitely. And especially, he has been receiving some criticism of late. People were telling he's not up to that mark. Today, he showed who he is. Again, he reminded people, never doubt you never tickle a sleeping dragon in a way.
Actually, I think, and to be like, maybe I cannot be so objective, but I think that Real Madrid is the best team in the world. Yeah. So we have to be like always ask for the best. Yeah. So I think that we always have to do like self-criticize. So we do it, but I think it's good because it's maybe improving. Yeah. So that's all that we can say. We should like always be pushing and a little bit like making them feel the pressure, because when they feel the pressure, they play well. Definitely,
man, definitely. And this is the biggest club in the world, so you have to feel the pressure. But moving on from Luka Modric to Vinicius Jr., he was threatening. He was making the runs, he was dribbling past players, he was even tracking back, putting on tackles. Had a complete performance today. Do you think he's getting the form just before the business end of the season, with the Champions League coming in and the bigger games coming in?
I think that now he's starting, and it's something that I really like from Real Madrid. It's like the coach, like the physical preparation coach that we have. They know how to put the people like in the best way when the champion is starting. Like let's say the championship, like the good matches. Yeah. In like quarter-final, half-final. So I think that now this is the beginning. That's never going to stop.
This is the beginning. And Pintus, thank you for everything you do. I know you are the reason why Real Madrid players run so long and do so well. The very fact that Sevilla had a plan. Sevilla came with a plan. They were very defensive. A typical Quique Sanchez Flores, 5-3-2 setup. They wanted to contain Real Madrid. And a lot of attackers fell into the trap, like for example, Rodrigo. 1 goal in the last 9 matches. He hasn't been finding a lot of form of late. What do you feel about his performance?
I think it was a really very defensive match from Seville. They will play with 5 defenders, and they are not playing his best moment of the season. Actually, I think that Rodrigo plays a good match, but to be honest, for me, I prefer Rodrigo when he starts from the bank. I prefer be in the 60, 70 because he plays better in that way. But I think he did a good performance. I really like a striker. But today, I think that was a difficult match because Sevilla was all time defending. So
definitely, man. Always a very difficult team. 2 questions before you go. How bad was the refereeing today?
Really bad. It was really bad. I think the performance that he took in the beginning, it was really bad. But anyway, we cannot. Real Madrid, we don't complain about the referees. If the referee is making harder, we'll stay harder. So that's the way we did it, and I think it was fine. I mean, we cannot play for the referee. Referee always plays against Real Madrid.
Definitely. I kind of very agree to him. Last question before you go. Who was your man of the match?
Brian, of course, Brian. But Brian or Modric, it was like usually 20 minutes. But for me, one of the best players today was Brian. And in the last 2 matches, Brian had been awesome.
Perfect, man. Thank you, man. Thank you so much for talking to us. It was a pleasure having you at Let's Be Real.
Thank you so much. Un saludito para mi amigo el Bautista.